Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Engineering Bart Show. This goes to all you heartbreakers out there. Hope you enjoyed my video. And so I'm sure there's a couple of them in my audience as we speak. Okay, here we are. So we're going to go straight to it. Please, I'll put a link in the description of the digital analog converter part 1. This is part 2. This is just a project. So in this project, we're going to generate a sawtooth wave. Hint, we're going to use the analog out, so we are not out of there yet, with the embedded system from 0 to 3.3 volts with 10 steps. The period will be 30 milliseconds, with the time delay will be 3 milliseconds. That's sort of a picture of a sawtooth that I got. Okay, stop video, design the code, and we'll build it. And I'll see you at the code section. All right, we're going to the code part. So let me turn this down a little bit so I don't sputter everywhere. Okay, so let's go ahead and get your file going. Start it. I call it interm sawtooth. That means intermediate. And let's go ahead and read. So we put our name, Andrew Dunlop, aka Engineering Bart. In this project, we're going to generate a sawtooth wave. Hint, use the analog out with our embedded system from 0 to 3.3 volts. And the period will be 30 seconds with a time delay of 3 milliseconds. Okay, so he was being a nice guy. All right, so let's go ahead and call it analog out. Analog out, and let's call it, I don't know, A out. And you guys have your own, oh, not PC, excuse me, I'm PA4. Okay. All right, so next we want time. So let's define time as what? Is it 3 milliseconds? So 3 milliseconds is 3,000 microseconds. Okay. All right, so inside here, we're going to have a float I. Now, I'm going to use a for loop. You can use a while loop. You can actually use this while loop if you want. Well, no, because then after that, you would exit out. So you would have to use a separate the while loop. Okay, so go inside the while true. And we want for I equals 0.0 f, okay, if I is less than 3.3, then, hold on, I equals I plus 0.33 F. Do you guys all see that? Okay. Make sure you put the bracket there. Don't put the semicolon over there on the for loop, because otherwise it won't work. Remember, now we got the counter inside the for loop. Okay. 0.33 F, because 3.3 volts. So let's go ahead and put this down. Wait, let's comment. So 3.3 volts divided by 10, because we want 10 increments, equals 0.33. Okay? So that's what it equals. So eventually it'll get to 0.33 volts. Probably a little bit above, but we'll see how that works. Okay. Now let's go ahead and have A out. A out equals I, and then we got to put a time, because it needs time to, remember, it needs time, the voltage needs time to generate. So time, in a way, we need it. It's we need it, and then but we know that it can hinder some stuff. So right now, let's go ahead and put the wait function here. Okay, and we're going to put in time. Okay. Yeah, I'm checking over. That's it. That's it. Now, yeah, you're like, oh, this is supposed to be intermediate. It's a lot easier than the beginning stuff. Well, it's gonna cook. It's gonna cook. This is just we're just boosting your all guys' confidence up. Okay, so we'll see you next on the proof part. Okay, so this is the proof concept. So there you guys go. There's the saw wave. What? Doesn't look like much of a saw? Ah, you're right. Jeez. What did I do wrong? Well, that's true. So we got to change this code. Sometimes you got to adjust as we go. So let's get a little bit tighter. So what do you think? We need more sawtooth? Okay. So instead of having 10 steps, let's have it 30 steps. Let's see how that looks. All right. There, that looks like kind of more like a saw. Looks all jagged up there. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I'll see you on the next Engineering Bard Show.